Hi everyone, welcome to August Amazon QuickSight Learning Series. So today we'll be talking about how to build pixel perfect reports with Amazon Q. So my name is Aneri Modi and I'm a solutions architect with AWS and the public sector team. So let's deep dive into the agenda. So we'll start by talking about the generative BI in Amazon QuickSight, which is Amazon Q. We will talk about what are pixel perfect reports, and then we'll walk over how we can build pixel perfect reports with Amazon Q, followed by a demo. So to get started, QuickSight enables BI for everyone in the organization who needs them in the format that they want, which includes automated augmented analytics, leveraging machine learning and natural language querying for your end users. So it is built on a serverless architecture, which enables consumption-based pricing and auto scaling. And Amazon QuickSight offers BI at any scale, or what we'd like to call hyperscale, with cost-efficient manner. Now, AWS developed Amazon Q, which is a new type of generative AI powered assistant, which is designed to work for you. Q lets you answers quickly with natural language interaction, so you can easily chat, generate content, and take actions, all informed by an understanding of your system, data repositories, and operations. And of course, we know how important rock solid security and privacy are to your business. So Amazon Q understands and respects your existing identity, roles, and permissions. So if a user does not have permission to access something without Amazon Q, they cannot access it using Q either. So we have designed Amazon Q to meet our customers' stringent requirements from day one. And next, let's deep dive into how we have implemented Q in QuickSight and the capabilities available to your user to drive next level productivity and easily uncover and share data insights. So let's deep dive into specific capabilities of Q and QuickSight. So first is a set of capabilities which is focused on enabling analysts to build dashboards and reports faster. Next is storytelling, which allows business users to share findings in presentation-ready formats, which can aid in decision making. Third is around enabling all users to quickly ask and answer questions against their data. And lastly, many of these capabilities can be embedded into your own customer-facing products and internal-facing application. So at the core of Amazon Q and QuickSight, there are several powerful capabilities that harness the power of natural language processing, which includes creating visuals in seconds using the new Amazon Q-powered authoring, fine-tune and formatting visuals using the natural language support, generate calculations without the need to know the specific syntax, and craft compelling visual narratives and customize them with ease. So that was about Amazon Q in QuickSight. Now to specifically talk about what are pixel perfect reports. So you can create, schedule, and share reports and data exports from a single fully managed cloud-based business intelligence solution. So your users can start creating and sharing customized and pixel perfect documents from day one with the straightforward QuickSight interface. So pixel perfect reporting in the cloud, it enables you to deliver highly formatted reports scale within your user inboxes, and reports can be scheduled for delivery within PDFs or CSV exports. So Pixel Perfect Reports, it can help depreciate your current legacy reporting system and consolidate dashboards and reporting use cases cost efficiently. And users can view the same source of truth across the dashboards and reports, so you don't have to decide between them. With this unified authoring, there is no new learning. Just like QuickSight, it is serverless and autoscale like rest of the QuickSight infrastructure, requiring no infrastructure or software management from your side. And it is pay for usage and has consumption based pricing and auto archival up to 1 year. So you don't have to be saddled with expensive multi-year contracts for products you're not using. So building on this innovation, QuickSight users can now use natural language generation to create pixel perfect reports, which is a new capability in Amazon Q for QuickSight, which simplifies the way users create and distribute visually rich, highly formatted reports to their stakeholders. So these reports are crucial because they ensure that every detail of the report, from the layout to the formatting, is meticulously controlled and aesthetically pleasing. So this improves your comprehension and decision making among these stakeholders. Just wanted to go over a quick architecture diagram here. So as you can see, so this is how the pixel perfect reporting would work. So you have your enterprise data, which you have loaded or connected to Amazon QuickSight. So whether you have your data warehouse like Redshift, or if you have your data source like Amazon S3, or even if you have the files which are local. So you have loaded your data in Amazon QuickSight and loaded them as data sets. So now as authors, you can go ahead and start by creating analysis on top of that data set, where you can basically create dashboards or pixel perfect reports. So what happens when you use the Amazon Q feature here is that you create a topic which is powered by Amazon Q. And now Amazon Q runs under the proven proprietary AI, which is Amazon Bedrock. And once you have connected your Amazon Q topic to your analysis, you can start asking Q questions about your data set. You can explore your data set, change some of the fields within topics, and start building your visualization and add that into your analysis and create your pixel perfect reporting. So once you do that, you can attach users who are basically readers, so they can view your reports, and you can also schedule your pixel perfect reports to be available to those users. So this is how the pixel perfect reporting architecture works. So you have your data sets, which is connected to QuickSight, and the authors on top of that creates analysis and publishes them, and the readers would go ahead and view those reports. So now for today, I wanted to go over a scenario and build pixel perfect report for the same. So in today's use case, we'll explore how a loan officer can generate pixel perfect reports for a financial organization to analyze their data across the customers. So this will help the loan officer and relevant stakeholders for making timely decisions for loan applications, look at the approval, repayments, delinquency tracking, and also look at the portfolio summary for the credit risk analysis. Now, this is a scenario. This approach can be applied to various domain and industries and personas as well. And just to give a quick background on what kind of reports the loan officer will be looking at. So the set of reports contains information about loan applications, where you look at what are the users who have applied for the loan, what are their annual income, what is their age, what is their loan term status. Then you look at the loan applications which are approved. And then you look at some of the reports which have information about their debt to income ratio report, or their loan status, and the pipeline report. So these are basically the reports which the loan officer would be interested in looking at in the Pixel Perfect reports. So this would be the scenario which we'd be focusing on today's demo. And just to give a background on how you can get started by building Pixel Perfect reports with Amazon Q, the first thing is to add your data set. So you connected your QuickSight to a data set, and then you'd go ahead and create an Amazon Q topic. So topics are basically a collection of one or more data sets that represent a subject area which your business users can ask questions about. So you can consider it also to be a data prep. So with Amazon QuickSight automated data prep for Q, you get like an AI, you get an ML powered assist, which can help you to create a Q topic which is relevant to your end user. So when you start the first process, it begins with the automated field selection and classification. So Amazon Q would be choosing a number of fields to include by default, and to create a focused data space for your reader to explore. Now, you can also go ahead and change some of the settings after the default has been created. And the automated data prep also includes fields which you can use in other assets like your reports and your dashboards. And one of the other steps is that it also imports any additional field from any related analysis whenever a topic is enabled. So in this way, what happens is that your Amazon Q topic, it identifies the fields which might be your dates, dimensions, and measures to learn that how the fields can be answered in question. And it also imposes some AI suggested question which you can ask your data and also explore it further. So once you have added your data and created a topic, the next step is to link your topic to your Amazon QuickSight analysis and then start building visualization using Amazon Q. So this is just a GIF which represents on how you can go ahead and link your topic and then start building a visual on top. Now, once you have added your data, created the topic, linked the topic, and start creating visualization using Amazon Q, you can go ahead and save and publish this visual. So within the Pixel Perfect report, you can also uh, go ahead and schedule some of the reports. So we'll walk over in the demo as well that how you can select the scheduling option, or you can also generate this in an on-demand basis. So with that being said, let me switch on to my demo environment and we'll walk through the process here about loading your data set, creating topics, exploring the data, and then creating pixel perfect reports using Amazon Q. So I'm in my QuickSight console here. And the first step is to load the data set. So let me go ahead and load a local file, which is on my computer. So I'm using a CSV file here, which is called loan dataset CSV. And I'll click here on visualize, and for the option, I'll select visualize in pixel perfect report. So you can select like different number of paper sizes here, and also the format which you want, like whether you want it in portrait or landscape. I'll be selecting the portrait here. So this is basically how your analysis would look like. So now that we have added our data set, the next step which I'm going to do is create a topic. So in your QuickSight console, you'll be also looking that there are two new features here, which is the data stories and the topics. And I'll just go ahead and select new topic here, name it loan data set topic, and I'll give it a description. This topic is for loan officer, and select on continue. So with each of your topic, you'd be allocating a data set. So I will select the data set, which is loan dataset.csv, and click on create. So it'll take a couple of minutes for the creation. So once it gets created, we'll look at how it has selected some of the default files, and it would also give you recommendations on some of the information which you can basically remove from your data sets, as it wouldn't be important. So that might include the PII information. It would also give you information on the suggested questions which you can ask, and those would be like some of the settings. So even before you are, if you are like a new user to QuickSight and you want to understand how your data set looks like and also get more insights without delving further, this feature would be really useful for the same. So as you can see, my topic is created here, and I'll just go under data. And under data, you can look at my data set right here. So as you can see, some of the fields in my data sets are age, income, city, and it also has allocated the synonyms with it so that it will be easier for you to understand, what that field means. And it also has details as to like what kind of values they are, whether they are dimensions or whether they are measures. So that's how you can like explore your data. So I can see There are like a couple of fields here, which includes information about loan amount, loan ID, loan status, and etc. So this is how your topic looks like. And other thing is user activity. So you can also check user activity here, where basically you can see like what kind of questions are asked by your user, whether those questions were answerable, unanswerable, if there were like feedback in terms of positive or negative. So if you have multiple users who are using Q topics, you can basically monitor the user activity here as well. So this is one thing. And then under suggested questions, if you go to like AI generated, it would give you options on what are some of the suggested questions for this data set. So some of the suggested question by Amazon Q is that how many first names for each purpose, how many last names for purpose. So these are just some of the questions which you can basically ask topics. So if I open Q&A, I'll just ask one of the questions which is suggested by AI. So I'll ask the question here, which is how many cities by purpose? And it is basically creating multiple visuals. So it has created a bar graph, a horizontal bar graph here. It has also created KPIs here in terms of number of cities and what are like the unique number of purposes, and then also created tables. So, and then also created a story here, a summarization where you can see that the total number of cities is 90 and what are the unique purposes. So this is how the topic would work. Now let's go ahead and start by creating our analysis. So I've already created analysis, which is with our loan data set analysis. And the first thing which we need to do is link our topic, which we just created. So you can go ahead right besides build visual and link your topic. So our topic name is loan data set topic, and I'll just click on apply changes. So our topic is successfully linked here. Now we start by adding the visuals here. So the first thing which I wanted to get done with was adding the header. So I'll just add a text here in my header and name this loan portfolio summary report. And just increase some of the sizes here. And make it more aesthetically pleasing. And the second thing which I want to do here is also add a logo. So I'll just click on the custom visual right besides the text, and I have a link which I'll use for the AWS logo. So I'm just going to copy and paste that customize URL here. So I have my AWS logo, and I'll just make it a little more centrally aligned. Okay. So I'll just leave this section for the summary, and I can remove this and add one more section. Okay. So the first thing, what I want to do as a loan officer is to look at what are my loan applications. So to start building visual with Q, you can click on build visual with Q, and right here you can type in what kind of table you want to create. So first thing, as I mentioned, that I want to create a table for the loan application. So within our data, we have information about the customer ID, their first name, last name, and their demographic information, and then what are their incomes and what kind of loan purpose they have applied for and what is the loan term. So the first thing I'll do is create the table. So you can type in here, build a table for Q and click on build. So Q has created the table here and created this visualization. So I'll just add this to analysis and expand this a bit. So I asked Q to build a table which includes customer ID, first name, and last name, annual income, loan term. And I'll just rearrange this to make customer ID at the beginning. So let me just do that and bring age a little bit backwards. So yeah, so I have customer ID, first name, last name, age, annual income, and loan terms. Now that table visualization was built by Q. I can also add another visualization. So once you have created this visualization, you can also edit some of the factors here. As you can see, the title here includes the visualization name, but I want to change that name to something else. So I'll just click on edit with Q and enter here change title to loan applications. And as you can see that the title has been changed. Again, you can always go ahead and click on this and increase some of their sizes or change the fonts. You can also like add other factors like aligning them, but you can also do it with Amazon Q. So I've added loan application. Now you created this visual, but you also wanted to add other fields to this visual as well. So what you can do is like, again, click on edit visual, and let's say you want to add the term, the purpose of the loan as well. So I'll just write here add purpose. So so the purpose here has been added. So this is how like we build the first visualization, which is loan application, which is the table visualization. Now let's create some of the graphs here. So I'll again go ahead and add a section here. So now as a loan officer, you want to look at what is the loan amount by the loan status. So you just want to look at whether your loans are charged off or they are fully paid. So let's go ahead and build that visualization. So I'll just write build a pie chart for loan amount by loan status. So I have this analysis right here, and I can add this to my report. And again, I can instead, I do not want the total loan amount by loan status. I'll just write about change title to loan amount. So my title has been changed here. So we just created one pie chart. Now I also want to attach another chart here where I want to look at if my applicants have any derogatory public records, and I want to look at it in a visual format. So again, I'll go ahead and build a visualization. So we just built a pie chart. So now I'm going to go ahead and build a bar chart here. So I'll just name about build a visual for derogatory public records. Now again, like it builds oops, yeah, so as you can see that it has built a KPI, but if I want to go ahead and build a bar graph, I can mention the same. So as you can see that it has created it has created a bar graph for the derogatory public records by customer ID, and I can add that to my analysis. And if I want, I can also change this to an vertical bar graph. So this is one example here. Now, let's say I want to look at, I'll add one more section here. Now, let's say I want to look at the home ownership status for my loan applicants. So I'll just go ahead and build a visual for home ownership. So I'll add this to my analysis right here. And once you have this, you can like change the colors as well. So say you want to change some of the colors here to make sure like they are separated, then you can do that right here. So this is like one of the ways you can do it. And the other thing is that now let's say you are building this, but you also wanted to create a calculated field, and you would like to do that with the natural language processing. So we can also build a calculated field using Amazon Q. So you can go ahead and click on calculated field, and I'll give this a name quarter. So basically, I want to calculate the quarter of the year based on based on my input data. So I'm just going to create a calculated field using Q, and you can click on build calculation here, and just name this quarter given issued on date. And you can click on build and click on insert and save. So this is how your entire report now would be using this calculated field, which is basically the quarter given issued on date. So I have my reports, and now let's say I want to also add the KPIs. So I want to look at like what is the average interest rate, what are some of the informations about the average income rate. So I'll just go ahead and write about build a KPI on average interest rate. So I got this right here, and you can add this. And one more with a KPI for average income. So I'm just going to add that to my analysis again. Again, you can like rearrange them as per your use case. This is just a sample one. Okay, so we have added a couple of tables here, which is talking a couple of visuals here, which is basically loan amount by loan status. Will change this visual as well. We have the home ownership, we have the average interest rate, average annual income. So now we're getting an understanding on like what our data looks like. So let's just look at some of the loan statuses here which are approved. So we want to check at which loan status, which loan are approved by the company. So I'll just add one more section here and build a visual again. So which basically talks about how I can add the loan approved status. So I'm going to build a table with customer ID, loan ID issued on, and the verification status as verified, which means that these applications are approved. So I'll just click on approved build here. So I got the information on the loan ID issued on and customer ID, and I'll again add this to my analysis. And I'll also add the verification status here. And I'll ask the queue to do it. So I have the verification status right here. It will be added. So as you can see, like all of the records here would be verified as they are approved. Now we know that this column includes all the statuses which are verified, and you want to make it a more visually appealing. So what we can do here is like add conditioning formatting. So I'll just select this column here, verification status, and I'll add an icon here. So basically I'll add a right tick, which implies that all these values are verified, and I'll change this color to green. So I'll just click on apply, and I'll just click on show icon only. So you can see that we have added the verification status right here, which includes which includes information about the applications which are approved. Again, like I'll have to change the title here as well. So change title to approved loan applications. And just do that. So as you can see, it has been created. I'll just change some of the settings here by bolding them, making them bold and increasing their size. So we are getting there with our report. Another thing which I also want to do here is I want to add a summary here, so which talks about what exactly this report is. So I'm going to write that summary here, which is basically this set of reports. It provides a detailed and structured view of the loan portfolios. It covers information about loan application, repayment status, delinquency, and the overall uh, portfolio performance. So let me just make some of the editing here. And I'll name this section as summary. And we can also change the settings here. I can increase the font size. Okay, this looks more aligned. So we have summary, we have loan applications. Let me just change this. Let me also change the title here and make it extra large and bold. And also change the title here. So these are like just some of the editing changes. Again, I want to change this to average interest rate. So I'll just change the value here. And we already changed this value. So getting an understanding, so I build and also change this derogatory record by customer ID. So we can know that which customer has the derogatory record by their ID. So we have that info. So as you can see that our report is coming along. We can also add more other factors here, which basically includes information about like the overall portfolio summary or the delinquency. We can actually add one more visual at the top, at the bottom, which talks about the delinquency report. So let's go ahead and add one more section. And we can build a table for the same. So build a table. So I'm adding the customer ID, loan ID, and I'll just add this to the analysis right here. And I want to add a couple of other visuals here as well, which includes what are the date it has issued on, or what is the derogatory public record. So I'm going to add that. So this is everything is happening on the fly. And as you can see, like it took like about 10 to 15 minutes for this entire report to be created using Amazon Q. So this is how hands-on this would be. So now we have information here. And again, I want to change some of the settings here. So let's say for derogatory public report, I want to add an icon. So what I'll do is like click on derogatory public record, add an icon. So click on add. And if my icon set, which I'm going to select, I'm just going to select count. Yep. So I'm going to select thumbs up here. And if it equals to 0, it's going to be a thumbs up. And if it equals to 1, it's going to be a thumbs down. And I'll just select show icon only. So instead of 0 and 1, you can look at thumbs up and the thumbs down. So this makes your report more visually appealing and easier to read. And again, I'll change the title here to delinquency report. So yeah, I think we have enough information. Other things which we can also like improve here is like change some of the text here. So like to make it like more consistent. So instead of like verification status, we can like just change the text here. So that would be some of the next steps. But again, like we can add more to this report. But for now, let's just go ahead and publish this as a report and see how it looks like and how we can schedule it. The only thing which I'm going to do right now is insert page breaks so that our report is consistent and it's not merging into each other. So I added a page break right after loan application. And then after this visualization, I'm going to add one more page break. And after the approved loan applications, I'll add one more page break. And at the end, I think this should be fine. So in the footer, we can write something like powered by AWS and confidential. So I'm just going to write powered by AWS. You can also add like a logo here, which would be like customized based on your use case. So just going to add powered by AWS, make it more center. So yeah. So basically this would be like printed. I'll probably make the size a little bit less. So yeah, my report is ready here within few minutes. So next step is to go ahead and publish it. And I can also like change some of the colors here. So let me just do that. I want to change this to green and charged off to red. So yeah, it's brighter. Okay, I'll just go ahead and click on publish. And you can select what sheets you want to publish. So right now we only have one sheet, but if you have like multiple sheets, you can select like only the sheets which you would want. And you can either publish as a new dashboard or replace an existing. So I'm going to publish a new dashboard, which is loan data set summary, and click on publish. So once you click on publish, you'll get an option whether you want to generate the PDF or add in schedule. So this would be like the default settings, and I'm going to create generate PDF. So my file is right now getting ready to be generated. So while it gets generated, I wanted to walk you through the steps here, which are basically how you can add a schedule to this. So if you click on add schedule, you can like name this like any schedule name. So you can create that, and under the content, you can select whether you want to have the CSV or the Excel data from files. So in our visualization, we had multiple visuals, which are basically tables like loan applications, approved loan application, delinquency report. So you can add those information in the CSV format, or we also have a new feature here where you can add that in the Excel format. So you can select that to be added into your PDS report. And then under dates, you can select, how much, like what's the frequency of your report generation, whether you want it monthly, whether you want it daily, weekly, or custom one. You can also select custom, and then you can select like what date you want and what time it should become, and also the time zone. And then under the email recipients, you can name like who are the recipients who will be getting this. So you can create your own chain and then have like email subject line and select this information. So this is how you can basically go ahead and schedule the PDFs to be sent. Instead of your users coming in into your dashboards or reading this, you can have send it to the email as well. So looks like our file is ready to download. So let's just look at what it looks like. So this is how our report, which we like generated in 10 to 15 minutes, looks like. So you are a loan officer who is looking at the reports. The first thing which you're looking at is the loan application, like who are these users, what's the purpose of their loan application, what's their annual income, what's the loan term which they have applied for. So that would be the first part. So you're looking at the loan application summary report here. Then you have some of the PII, some of the information which is basically about the KPIs, and also like in the visual format where you can see that like most of the loan amount by status is fully paid or whether it is charged off. You can look at like 3 customer IDs have derogatory records, so you can get an understanding who those customer are. Then you have the home ownership data set here. You look at the other information about the average interest rate and an average annual income. So you're getting more understanding of your user set. And then you are looking at the loan applications which are approved. So what are the dates when they got issued on and who are these customers? So you're looking at the loan applications approved. And then at the end, you're looking at the delinquency report here. So yeah, we had like 3 records. So you can see that those have the thumbs down. So this is how you can create your own this is how you can basically create your own pixel perfect report using Amazon Q. So if you are a new user to QuickSight, or if you have, if you are an analyst who is looking to quickly build reports and share it with the executive or the leadership team, this is how it will be really useful for you. And even if you like as a loan officer, if you're a loan officer and if you're like if you understand the data and you know how the things are, then you can also easily go ahead and with the natural language processing with with the prompts, you can just build this on the fly.